All right. So we all have projects, and you go out to bid for projects. You're looking for a contractor. I've done it. Everyone who owns a home or has had any kind of significant project has done this. You seek out several different contractors, try and get the best price for what it is that you're looking for, or get good ideas. Whoever's got the best idea, whoever's got the best price, whatever it is that weighs the most heavy to you, and then you make that decision on that contractor. A lot of times, homeowners will choose the absolute cheapest contractor. And here at Dameron Designs, my plans are very, very detailed so that nothing can be misconstrued. So I make my plans extremely detailed in regards to like the travertine. Here, let me show you the travertine. So you've got the travertine here. My travertine in the plan calls for white shell, and that's what this is, with a French pattern. And so I'll post some photographs, specifically this area right here. Contractor ran short on tile, and they put in a border right here to try and cut corners, literally. And that didn't work out. I made them come back and replace this. You'll also see that by going with the absolute cheapest contractor, sometimes it's really not beneficial to do that. Like, that is not standard for travertine install. That's a good 1/4 inch gap right there. We don't want those kind of gaps. So what happened was there were chips and gaps and low spots after this travertine paver company came in and installed this 1,700 square feet lanai for me. So it's my job to ensure that my client gets what they paid for, and it's a good job in the end. So then what they did was they came in and replaced a bunch of these tiles where they had beat on them, and they chipped them in the corners. So when they replaced some of these tiles, they used screwdrivers. So this is a paver and travertine company that does this for a living. A lot of people will assume because I am just a designer and I draw pretty pictures for a living that I have not done this. I started out before some of these people were born doing this myself. I would never expect a contractor to do something that I don't understand or have not done myself. And I would not try and tell them how to do their jobs unless I knew what I was talking about. So I tried to bring to their attention that there are suction cups, plungers, that lift these tiles up out of this French pattern and set them aside versus using screwdrivers to pry them up, which is only a domino effect because now you're prying up this tile and you're damaging this tile because you're using this as leverage. That's not that's not good practice. It's just causes additional issues. Also, you'll see here, every single one of these lines, these shadow lines that you see in this travertine. So every one of them is either perpendicular or parallel to the walls of the home. There are no angles anywhere in here until you get to this corner. Now I had them replace this whole thing because this was all at an angle. Looked hideous. It was an eyesore. It looked like they tried to Band-Aid it. However, they still have one angle right there. See this one? That is an angle. That angle is not consistent with any other angle anywhere on this entire property. So you know what that does to me? That is an eyesore. So I will come in later and I will replace that and make one straight line right here and replace this tile over here so that it's straight right here with all the body lines of everything. They either go this way or this way. Nothing goes at an angle. That's just my OCD, and that's ensuring that my client gets a good product in the end. So, lesson here is, do we have a good product here? Yes. In the end, everything is going to be good, but I had to be out here on site every single day watching over a contractor that we just assumed knew what they were doing. And a lot of wasted time on their part, on my part, and then wasted money on their part because they have to pay their guys for that time. You know who doesn't have to pay for that time? My client. My client orders something, it's my job to make sure that they get it. I never pass a mistake onto the client. A lot of times you'll see, especially here in Florida, it's just, moved the company down here in 2008, and then after just 6 months, I started realizing that contractors down here just don't take the most pride. So there's, that's not all contractors. I have some very, very good contractors that do a lot of my projects for me. But every once in a while, I'll give it a shout out to, or a shot to a new contractor doing a new section or a different subject for me, say like travertine in a new area. And I'll give them a shot and I'll give them a chance. And sometimes this is what happens is you end up with shady work. So, Dameron Designs will always make that right. My client never has to worry about that. Homeowners, sometimes when they hire contractors, in the end, the contractor wants to tell you what they're going to give you. The contractor wants to tell you what you want. Sometimes they don't pay attention to your actual needs, what it is that you're explaining to them. They don't listen to that sometimes, some contractors, especially if they see or recognize that it may cost them more money to do it a way that you want it. So that's my job. Dameron Designs customers and clients, you don't have to worry about that. I deal with all the contractors. I spearhead it. I oversee the projects. I make sure that they do what it is that my client wants. That's my job, not the homeowner. Homeowner doesn't have to come out here. Homeowner doesn't have to be deceived or worry about being deceived. I'm very knowledgeable in almost every aspect of construction. I know procedures, and I know ordinances, and I know code, specific codes for each county. So I know the way things should be done. Homeowners, it's not their responsibility to have all that knowledge. So that's why they hire us to make sure that things are done properly. Anyway, in the end, we're going to bring in polymer sand, and we're going to clean all this up, all of these little chips. I mean, they give it kind of a natural look, so we're going to live with that. But that is, that's a big chip right out of that corner right there. You'd think that they would notice that as they're putting it in, but as you're rushing on a Friday to finish the project so you can hurry up and get paid, and you go too fast, and the plan calls for a planter inside here and a planter inside there, both of them the exact same shape and the exact same size. And then you end up with a very big one over here and a little one over there. If you go to DameronDesigns.com and you look up the Deo project, you'll see that this landscape planter inside and this one here are the exact same size and shape, but not now. But we're gonna make it work because I needed to just get that contractor off of the project and moving along. So we got them paid, they're done. I withheld money and made sure that they warranted their work in the end. And they're gonna come and sand this for free. So, but we got kind of creative with this one and this one. Changed the plans a little bit and the homeowner's happy. That's what's most important in the end. Homeowner is happy. All right, so moral of the story is, long story short, sometimes when you hire the cheapest contractor, you're gonna end up with more headaches than what it's worth. So for a few bucks more, go with somebody that you know is gonna do a good job and not going to cause that extra stress. Stress takes away days of our lives, and life is too short for all that. So let's just learn from this one, learn from this mistake here, and create more beautiful sanctuaries and enjoy life a little bit. Thanks for watching.